Hello and good day. Welcome to our video channel, God's Promises. And today's video will be a fast, concise overview, Book of Job, chapter 23. Let's get started now. The Book of Job is a narrative of a righteous man named Job who faced immense suffering and trials at the hands of Satan. In the first 2 chapters, we see Job losing all his possessions, children, and his health, yet he remains faithful to God. In chapter 23, Job laments his situation and seeks to find God's presence amidst his suffering. The chapter opens with Job lamenting that God seems to be far away from him and that he cannot find him. He expresses his desire to present his case before God and argue his innocence. Job asserts that if he could only find God, he would plead with him and explain his situation. He acknowledges that he is afraid of God but desires to approach him to get some answers. Job understands that God is the only one who can provide an explanation for his suffering. Job then laments his current situation, describing it as a trial that he cannot escape. He acknowledges that God is all-knowing and that nothing escapes his attention. Job describes his predicament, and he feels like God is testing him to see how he will react. He acknowledges that God is a fair judge who punishes the wicked and rewards the righteous. Job asserts his innocence and acknowledges that he has followed God's commandments and avoided evil. Job goes on to describe how he longs to see God's face, which would give him comfort and strength. He believes that if God were to come and judge him, he would be found innocent. Job knows that he is suffering, but he is confident that he has not sinned against God. He is confident that God will one day vindicate him and show that he is a righteous man. The lesson from Job 23 is that we may face difficult situations in life that may make us feel like God is far away, but we should never give up seeking his presence. Job's faith in God remained steadfast even though he was going through unimaginable suffering. Instead of turning away from God, Job turned towards him, seeking his presence and his understanding. When we go through trials, we should turn to God, trust in him, and seek his wisdom and guidance. Furthermore, Job acknowledges that God is all-knowing and nothing escapes his attention. We should, therefore, trust that God sees our pain and knows our situation. Sometimes, we may not understand why we are going through certain situations, but we should trust that God has a plan for our lives, and everything will work out for our good. Finally, Job acknowledges that God is a fair judge who rewards the righteous and punishes the wicked. We should, therefore, strive to live righteous lives, following God's commandments and avoiding evil. When we do this, we can be confident that God will vindicate us and reward us for our faithfulness. In conclusion, Job's experience teaches us that we should remain steadfast in our faith even when we face trials and difficulties. We should turn to God, seeking his presence and understanding, and trust in his plan for our lives. We should strive to live righteous lives, following God's commandments and avoiding evil, and be confident that God will reward us for our faithfulness. Thank you for visiting us today. Please share with us your favorite Bible chapter below in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help our channel grow. Looking forward to see you back here for our next video. Always take good care.